the NBA Today Big Three from this weekend. At number 3, Aaron Gordon.
It's got to be a dunk.
He makes this list a lot.
At the Wolves, Jamal Murray finds AG for the reverse slam.
Hey, San Jose. That's what we do.
I hear our guy, Michael Brady, in the background. Shout out to Mike.
Hobbs?
I used to.
I hear you, Michael Grady. At number 2, Trey Mann.
I know this is a dunk.
Bucks and Hornets, man.
Oh,
Rises up. The poster on Miles
Out of the
Turner.
way.
Hey, look. Wow.
I hear you, Eric Collins. That's pretty nasty.
Frame that.
And numero uno, Victor Wembanyama.
Let me guess who's underneath him.
Against the Dubs Friday night, Wemby oops it to himself. And we're starting to normalize this. I believe David Dennis Jr. coined this the Wemby.
Oh, okay, I thought y'all were going to get Draymond.
He's starting to normalize that play.
Wow.
That's my 4th star.
Developing story on NBA Today. LeBron James participated in Lakers practice today for the first time this season. LeBron has missed the first 14 games of the season as he recovered from a sciatica injury. Here's JJ Redick on LeBron's status for Tuesday.
It's the first time we've had all 14 guys available for a practice, so that's exciting. Gabe and LeBron were both full participants. Marcus and Rui as well. I would say Marcus and Rui, I would expect them to be available tomorrow. Gabe and LeBron, it's TBD on those two, but good to have the whole group together.
Now joining NBA Today, senior reporter Dave McMiniman. Dave, what do we learn today about LeBron's injury status and recovery as the Lakers head to a home game tomorrow night against the Jazz?
Yeah, George, it's been 201 days since LeBron James was involved with 5-on-5 with his Lakers teammates, dating back to the first round of the playoffs. He told us that his offseason was obviously affected by not only the sciatica, but the MCL sprain he suffered against the Wolves. We learned that this is not the first time he's had sciatica. 2 off seasons ago, he dealt with the same thing. He said, if you've never experienced it, I pray you don't get it. It's that bad. He said he isn't necessarily pain-free yet, but he's ramping up towards his return. The biggest issue right now that he shared with us is that he feels like he has newborn baby lungs and he needs to get back up to grown man lungs, which that does call into question whether he'll play on Tuesday or not, because if he decides to, he could get about 3 more practices in with the Lakers this week before they play their next game after Tuesday on the road Sunday against the Jazz. I asked Austin Reeves, what have you missed the most in this time while LeBron's been sidelined? And he said just his presence. He can lift up the room just by being there, and obviously his high basketball IQ. Austin Reeves said he believes this, and he said many of the guys on his team believe this. They're playing with the best basketball player ever to touch a ball. And so just getting him integrated is something that they're as excited about as LeBron is. So certainly all smiles for LeBron today. We're getting an official status report on him at 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll see what the team is saying about his availability for tomorrow, and we could be waiting overnight to find out whether he'll be able to play against the Jazz or not.
All right, officially on LeBron watch, Dave. I love it. Dave, thank you so much. Los Angeles is currently 4th in the West and look to integrate LeBron back into the lineup, as you heard Dave say, while keeping up their winning ways. If last season is our judge, there could be some things to look forward to. When LeBron takes the court, we'll ask the question here again. Who's going to have to adjust?
Well, I think there are going to be games where it's going to be Austin Reeves, but it's also going to be everyone, because LeBron James isn't going to come in the words of one of their staff, they're not going to come in to be a role player. That's LeBron James. And so it might take a game or 2 for him to find his footing, for him to fit in, as he said about 3 times. But he's still going to be LeBron James. And so the question is, when they win and everything is going well, everybody be fine with giving up some shots. 5 shots here from Rui, or 5 shots from Marcus Smart, 5 shots from Austin, wherever it is. But if they lose and it's not going well, that's when I'm wondering how this is all going to work together. And so LeBron's smart enough to know they've been playing really well without him, and he does not want to mess up that chemistry. So I think we see the biggest impact from him defensively, because that is where you said last year where he made the biggest impact.
For somebody that's almost 41 years old and can still play at a high level, this is fantastic. He gets 68 games tops.
Right.
He gets the shortened season that people have been talking about will make you healthier and better. I don't know. It's kind of brilliant, man. Maybe him and Dr. Jones got something. Let's just take your time, young fella.
Yeah, well, listen, you want him healthy for the end.
Although
That's what you
sciatic
want
is not fun, as he said. Like,
No, right.
I've had that, you've
But
had that.
68
Nobody
games
wants
with
that.
him at his age, that could be a good thing.
Yeah. David?
Robert, who are you playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I mentioned the super Draymond thing, but I don't think that's going to affect LeBron's points. He's a walking 25, 5, and 5 in any scenario. What I'm interested in, I want to see how much he's going to play center, which means I want to see how much they trust DeAndre Ayton in big time games down the stretch in those fourth quarters playing center. And if LeBron or somebody else will have to do a small ball lineup like they did a lot come playoff time last year with JJ Redick sort of saying, hey, LeBron, you're going to have to play big. Somebody else Rui may have to play a little bit bigger. I wonder how often they'll do that. And a lot of that depends on the melding of Bron, Luka, Austin Reeves, and the new guy, DeAndre Ayton.
All right, well, we'll see.
The best part of covering this league for as long as we have, and as long as LeBron's been around, everything has a reference point. He goes back to Spo, and he says it's positionless basketball. He said, I need to fit in. I need to feel my way back in. These guys have great chemistry. This is like the first day at a new school. I got to figure out what they've been doing. That is everything the Lakers want to hear because they've been rolling, and he's been paying attention, and he realizes, okay, I'm not going to just come in and take over. I'm going to fit in, not fit out, like you used to say with Luka Doncic when he first came to the Lakers, and there's the Kevin Love reference to Cleveland. So I think that was exactly what you wanted to hear from LeBron James. He's just going to fit in wherever he can, because clearly he needs to get his win back too. He said he had the lungs of a newborn baby.
Hall of Famer?
Lakers got first world problems.
Yeah.
You're adding arguably the greatest player of all time back to your lineup. And Austin Reeves, he's going to have to get in the back seat probably a little bit. And I know LeBron's saying the nice things, and I'm going to fit in. It's LeBron James. Luka's going to be Luka. I think LeBron's going to be, basically take over the second
Yeah.
in scoring and shots. And
He's not going to be a role player.
Austin Reeves is going to be, this is his best season so far. So that's a scary trio. The guy I'm intrigued to see, George, we talk about him all the time.
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre
Are you
Ayton.
going to be dominating?
How is he going to be with LeBron? The picks that he's going to set. Keep an eye on DeAndre Ayton.
David, how do you see LeBron's role?
So this may sound like a demotion, but I promise you it is not. I know what I see LeBron James being is potentially Super Saiyan Draymond, is a guy that fits in on both sides of the court. And I think when you look at last year, the Lakers were at their best. Those first 10 games, right after Luka got there, they had the #1 defense in the league. And a lot of that was LeBron James getting in those passing lanes, guarding Jokic if he had to, doing all the stuff to muck up an opposing offense. Now, it was not sustainable in large part because LeBron James was also carrying such a large load offensively. Now, when you have Luka and Austin Reeves doing what they're doing offensively, LeBron James can rest a little bit, but also be a Draymond offensively. Set some of those screens. When he sets screens for Luka, they have one of the top offenses in the league. I expect to see a little bit more of that. Get some of those back cuts. Do some of those things that really confuse opposing defenses. So he's not exerting as much energy. He's fitting in offensively, and he's doing all the things that are necessary defensively that made them such a great team for those first few games when Luka got there. That, I think, is the formula for LeBron and the Lakers to be sustainable through playoff time.
Well, to your point, David, they're a bottom third team defensively, and last year there was a specific inflection point where he became the best defender, which was they got blown out in Miami by like 40-something points, one of the worst losses in Laker history, which says a lot because there's a long history there. and he turned the corner there and really led them defensively. So that'll be a role he's going to have to play on this team.